Have you ever actually stopped to think about what makes the perfect fast food crunch? You know the one, that crazy satisfying super loud snap when you bite into a piece of fried chicken, followed instantly by incredibly juicy, flavorful meat? Sounds simple, right? Well, achieving that exact balance, day in and day out on a massive, nationwide scale, that is a literal culinary triumph. So let's dive into it. In this explainer, we're going to break down the anatomy of an absolutely iconic menu that completely reshaped the fast food landscape. We're talking about the foundational techniques that put Popeyes on the map.
The anatomy of a menu, from bone-in to brioche. Let's look at how a few foundational techniques created a lasting legacy.
Section 1. The Foundation of Flavor.
Let's start our culinary breakdown right where the whole thing began, the signature bone-in chicken. This set the absolute baseline for Louisiana-style fried chicken, and it basically became the gold standard for the entire industry. Now, the secret to that famously crispy coating and juicy meat? It isn't magic. It's a meticulous, really time-tested three-step process. They do not rush this stuff. Step 1. Every single piece is marinated for hours, not minutes, hours, and they use a very specific blend of Louisiana-style seasonings. Step 2. The chicken is hand-breaded. This is super labor-intensive, but it's absolutely crucial for getting that perfect texture. And finally, step 3, it's pressure fried. Pressure frying is the absolute key here. It locks in all that moisture while creating a shattering crunch on the outside. This entire three-step protocol, that is the engine driving their entire menu.
Now, right when you walk up to the counter, you face a big choice: classic mild or spicy. And this is actually a brilliant piece of strategic menu design. By offering these two options, they take the exact same base cuts of chicken, the exact same three-step prep process, but they give you two totally different flavor profiles. The classic mild gives you that deeply flavorful, well-rounded baseline that made them famous in the first place, while the spicy version, that's for anyone craving something a bit bolder.
And what's really fascinating is how that spicy version actually gets its heat. They don't just splash some harsh hot sauce on top at the very end. Nope. Instead, they use a bolder seasoning blend that adds heat without completely overpowering the actual flavor of the meat. They do this through what we call integrated spice. The spices work directly into both the overnight marinade and the ham breading itself, so it creates this beautifully balanced kick in every single bite. The seasoning is literally built into the chicken from the inside out.
Section 2. Tenders two ways. Okay, so let's see how they took that foundational flavor and adapted it for total modern convenience. Enter the chicken tenders, the ultimate dipper's dream. Instead of bone-in pieces, these are strips of white meat chicken breast. But here's the genius part. They didn't mess with a winning formula. These strips are still marinated, still hand-breaded, and still fried exactly like the classic chicken. You get the exact same crunch and signature flavor, just in an easier-to-eat shape. Plus, it opens up a huge world of customization because you can mix and match dipping sauces with every bite. It's exactly that sheer convenience that makes them such a massive favorite for quick meals and giant family orders.
But a truly smart menu doesn't just cater to one craving. They brilliantly contrast those classic breaded tenders with a blackened version. So you've got fried and crunchy on one side and an unbreaded, Cajun-inspired crust on the other. It's a fantastic lighter option for customers who really want that big, bold flavor but kind of want to skip the heavy fried coating.
Let's look a little closer at those blackened tenders. They managed to get this incredible crust with absolutely zero breading by just skipping the fryer completely. Instead, they heavily coat these white meat strips in a blend of Cajun-inspired spices and then cook them until the outside develops a really deep, robust crust. The result? A lighter option that still 100% delivers on the seasoning. It's the absolute go-to choice if you want that undeniable signature Popeyes flavor minus the crispy fried exterior.
Section 3. The 2019 Sandwich Phenomenon.
2019. That is the year everything shifted. We have finally reached the climax of this menu's evolution. This is where we move from classic combo boxes to a handheld item that didn't just change a menu. It literally transformed the entire fast food landscape. When this launched nationwide, it instantly became one of the biggest fast food events in recent history. We're talking massive, around-the-block lines, an absolute viral social media frenzy, and literal sellouts in locations across the country. People were waiting in line for hours just to get their hands on one.
So, you gotta ask, what exactly was in this sandwich that caused a nationwide meltdown? Let's deconstruct the craze. The anatomy is almost surprisingly simple. You've got a thick fried chicken breast fillet, utilizing all those marinating and frying techniques we just talked about. It sits on a soft, buttery brioche bun. It's topped with simple, crisp pickles, and it's finished with either standard mayo or a spicy sauce. That is literally it. No wild gimmicks, no crazy exotic ingredients. Just the ultimate combination of crunchy chicken, soft bread, and simple, high-quality toppings. And it was devastatingly effective.
And just like their strategy with the bone-in chicken, there's a spicy variant of the sandwich. It uses the exact same super successful recipe, but with one key change, the spicy switch. They swab out the regular mayo for a spicy spread that adds an amazing layer of heat. But why it works so incredibly well is that the spicy sauce is designed to perfectly complement the seasoned chicken. It doesn't just cover it up. It totally enhances the spices already integrated into the meat, creating a totally cohesive flavor profile.
This perfect balance of the filet's crunch, the softness of the brioche bun, and the kick of the spice, it didn't just make it one of their most famous items. Its success sparked something huge. It literally inspired competing restaurants to improve their own chicken sandwiches, effectively forcing an entire industry to step up its game. It kicked off what everyone started calling the chicken sandwich wars, and it proved that an absolute commitment to foundational cooking techniques can elevate an entire market.
Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating thought to wrap up this explainer. We just saw how marinated chicken, simple breading, a buttery bun, and some pickles caused a massive cultural event. When the ingredients are this simple and this accessible, what's going to spark the next great fast food phenomenon? It really proves you do not need wild complexity to create a craze. You just have to execute the fundamentals perfectly. I hope this look into the anatomy of an iconic menu kind of changes how you look at your next drive-thru order. Keep asking questions, keep looking at the details, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.